wonderful occasion tonight, and there is so much chatter in the room. I know you've had a few groggy goggies now, and that brings out a bit of chat and a bit of the old truth serum. I know some of you are taking some naughty Polaroids around the corner. That camera was never meant to go out in the dark, so I don't know what you're doing with it.
When Dan was born 29 odd years ago, I was so excited, to be honest. I mean, the first thing I'd seen pop out was a little doodle, and I had my son, so I really didn't take the time to have a look around and see whether we'd finished him off properly. And he had arms, legs, and a head, but.
Now, if anyone knows Jess, they know she's organised. One could say even military precision.
I don't want to, calm down.
The fact she has literally thought about every single person in this room, how they're going to get here, how it will impact them, their children, their pets, where they stay, speaks to the caring, loving, generous person Jess is, and why everyone needs a friend like her. And with all strong women, we cannot forget that there is a man in the background thinking's helping.
I was in tears when they asked me I was honoured. I said I'd be honoured, Jess, to be MC at your wedding. I didn't want to be CM. I wanted to be MC. I didn't want to be the COVID marshal.
I still remember when we were living in Seven Hill and Jess came home bringing Dan along to meet the family for the first time. She was more worried about what Dan would think of us than what we would think of him. Just to make her even more nervous than she already was, Dad was adamant he was going to call him Dapper Dan in reference to his favourite movie, Oh Brother, We're Out There. Every time Dan came over to our place with Jess, he never had a second to relax. There was always jobs to be done and he got roped into working at our house every single time. Especially once he started working as an electrician, his jobs list tripled in size. I can't recall him ever complaining and saying no to any of them though. When Dad passed away in 2016, Dad was not only a rock for Jessie but for us all. It would have been such a hard situation for him as well, and he put all that aside to make sure we were all coping and we got through it okay. And for that, mate, I can't thank you enough, honestly, from all of us. And one last thing, honestly, today when I walked you down the aisle was one of the most emotional times of my life, and I'm so happy that I got to spend it with you. So thank you.
So, what does Jess and Dan mean to us? We have had the opportunity to watch Jess mature, grow and evolve into a beautiful woman that sits before us, or stands before us, today. And we are all honoured to call Jess our friend. She's driven, intelligent, kind-hearted and the most selfless woman you will ever meet. She puts forth thought, effort and dedication into everything she does, and we know Jess will approach her new role as a wife in the exact same way. You are one lucky man, Dan. Thank you for making Jess so incredibly happy. It is with great comfort knowing she is with a man who's caring, loving, spontaneous and supportive by her side. They say you know someone is right for you when they force you to be the best version of yourself, and this is exactly what Jess and Dan's relationship encompasses.
Now, the story that you see unfolding in front of you today has been in the making for quite some time now. And in fact, it was in high school that Jess and Dan first met and the long, slow burn began. Dan was a year above Jess and their friendship circle generally socialised together, so they got to know each other from afar before their relationship shifted gear. Once they had finished high school, their weekend evenings were spent at one of the many local Clare pubs, drinking and dancing until the lights flickered and last drinks were called. This turned out to be the standard Friday and Saturday night routine until one particular night at the Bentley's Hotel when, after a few drinks and a bit of persuasion for some friendly matchmakers, they shared a cheeky kiss on the dance floor.
I couldn't imagine life without you. To say I'm excited to call you my wife is an understatement. I'm the luckiest guy on earth to be standing in front of you today and can't wait to marry you. I love how you always put everyone first, before yourself. You're the kindest, loving and most caring person I've ever met. To not only Ruby and I, but to anyone who crosses your path which I admire. I know you are the one for me because you make me a better person, you make me strive to reach my goals and support me every step of the way, and I promise to do the same. I cannot wait to grow up with you and have a family of our own. I know that not only will you be an amazing wife, but also an amazing mum. As your husband, I promise to never stop loving you, be the most caring and supportive person I can be, and be there every step of the way in this crazy thing called life. I love you and cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Dan, although there have been many moments of doubt throughout planning this day and whether it would eventuate, I have never doubted that you were the person I wanted to marry. I wish I could say that postponing this wedding today has been the most difficult thing that we have faced in our years together. However, we both know that that unfortunately is not true. You have been the one constant in my life when at times everything seemed uncertain. You have been an unwavering support when myself and my family needed it the most. I stand here today and promise that I am and will continue to be your constant, the one you can always rely on, your number one supporter, your super proud wife. Today marks the start of our new chapter in our lives together, and I'm so excited that it's you that I get to take along for the ride.
Family and friends, Dan and Jess have now declared their lifelong promise to each other with you all as their witnesses, and it gives me great pleasure to announce them husband and wife. And Dan, please kiss your bride.
When the heavens open up and we're together when we wear the stone. We laugh until we cry, couldn't really ask for any more. I'm on my way, yeah, I'm really on my way. I'm on my way, yeah, I'm really on my way. On the day night in front of me, what can I say? It must be my lucky day, 'cause I'm on my way, yeah, I'm really on my way. I'm on my way, yeah, I'm really on my way. I'm on my way, yeah, I'm really on my way. On the daylight in front of me, what can I say? It must be my lucky day, 'cause I'm on my way.